Rock the Bells Radio, your boy Torae is back in the building, and what a wonderful building it is to be in right now. You know what I mean? When wonderful people is in the room, it makes the building more wonderful. My Trill brothers is here, man. Bun B is in the building.
I'm having trouble with this mic, but I'm happy to be here. Don't
Bun
worry
B,
about
you
it.
ain't never had trouble with the mic. We're gonna dismiss that immediately.
I'm just trying to get the position right. You know what I'm saying? But thanks for having me.
No
man.
doubt. Cory Mo, what's up?
What's up, man? We in here.
Yeah, we in here, man. Big Texas vibes. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Good.
You know, the city's been receiving us well. You know, we had a listening function last night. People showed up. It seemed like they really enjoyed the album. You know what I'm saying? So now we just letting the world know that this album is coming, when it's coming, and what it sounds like.
For sure, for sure. Way too Trill.
Yes, Way Mo Trill.
Way Mo Trill, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
obviously
we were
right.
already, we were Mo Trill when
Right.
we did the first project. It was Mo Trill, but this one we wanted to give a little bit more to it.
You wanted to get Way Mo Trill.
Yeah, not a little Mo Trill.
Yeah, not a little bit. You know what I mean?
but way more
way
Trill.
more.
We wanted to over exceed our expectations.
When you going into a project, especially with and we'll get into like the history and all that. Of course, it's Rock the Bells, and we got 20 years, right? 20 years.
Yes,
of Trill. So
20
we'll
years.
get into that. But when you're going into a project, what are some of your thoughts now? Like, how do you approach it with the landscape changing and the music and the audience and the consumer base? What are some of your thoughts going into the recording process these days?
So when I came into this industry, a lot of projects were primarily produced by one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My album was primarily produced by one person, Pimp C. When Pimp got locked up and we had to put together this project in order for me to help perpetuate UGK and keep his name alive and whatnot, I had to be responsible for everything, and I didn't know one single producer that could cover everything that I felt we needed to cover because I'd never done a solo album before Torae. I'd been in a group. So I was like, I might need to throw a lot of things up against the wall to see what sticks. So I had to reach out to a couple of different people. Now that we've, here we are 20 years later, and I'm reverting back to that single producer. I do a lot of the Trill Statics with Static Selector.
Sure.
I've been recording a couple of projects with different people like Cool and Dre, Manny Fresh, and now with Cory Mo, with these two albums that we've been able to do, I've been able to just rely on him and his production, kind of build a vibe that really sets the tone for the entire album. So it's not like 4 songs sound like this and then the other songs, they're hot because they're produced by people that are hot, but it doesn't really gel with everything else that we're doing. I can just rely on Cory Mo to produce everything and just fall into the zone that he and I have been able to create for years now, because he's been producing records for me for over 25 years.
Absolutely. When you get into that synergy and that cohesiveness, Cory, just talk to me about, is it more pressure being able to or having to, helm the whole thing, or is it a relief because, like, listen, I know what it's going to sound like from top to bottom, all the way through, I got it?
Man, for some reason, when I work with Bun, it gets easier and easier. I literally send the beat to him, or he'll come to the studio and he'll write a verse in 10 minutes, man, and be out the door. So, you know what I mean? It's really, at that point, we figure out who's going to feature on it, what the video going to be. But as far as the actual process of creating a song, 30-minute sessions, bro.
Crazy.
And we moving to the next record.
Yeah, we on to the next thing.
Straight up.
No doubt. Better believe it.
And it's been like that since 05. It's been the same way.
That's amazing. And you can tell, man, it definitely comes through. It shines through in the music. As I was getting into this amazing segue, Better Believe It joint, LaRussell was on there.
Yes.
Right? Let's get into the joint. We'll talk about how it all came together. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Your boy Torae is here. Super Trill today. You know the vibes.
Word.
Rock the Bells Radio, we come with that classic timeless hip-hop, and we break bells. And if you're not familiar with what that is, we break bells. We come through with some new music, you know what I mean? Either from the OGs or from a new artist that's just cut from that cloth, you know what I mean? But we definitely got some Trill OGs in the building with us today. My guy Bun B is here,
Yes,
Cory
sir.
Mo is here. We just heard this brand new joint, man. Talk to me about it.
Better Believe It, man, is one of those inspirational records. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We meant it to be uplifting in that way. That's why Cory added the choir on it. And that's why I felt, let's get LaRussell, like a new person that represents a new generation, but everything he does should be inspiring to up and coming independent artists, because he's approaching things in a very different way. He's allowing his supporters to be a part of the process, even be a part of the executive producer on the album. So I think it's just a new way to look at how to, one, create music, how to sell music, and how to engage with your base in a different way. This has been the source of success for me for many years. I try not to cause too much separation between me and the people that support me, so that they feel like they're engaged in not just listening to the music but supporting the movement. Those are the people that argue in barbershops.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure they know I hear them, I see them, and I appreciate them.
I love a good barbershop argument.
Oh man,
You know
I love to have one.
Yeah, I love a
can't
good
front.
barbershop debate. You know what I mean? Bun, you've always been able to continue to stay connected to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people talk about bridging the gap, I feel like you've never even caught that gap. You've always reached back. We've done records together. I met you on the Terminology video set. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you've always stayed locked in with the next generation of up-and-coming artists. And for you, who've had so much success and longevity in this building, why do you think that newer acts gravitate towards you or hold you in that regard, that they always want to collaborate with you, pop out with you, etc.?
I feel like it's because I've extended myself. I've made it known that I'm available for the next generation. When I came into this game, the Scarfaces, the Willie D's, the Jay Princes of the world, and you know what I'm saying? They were the guys that kind of ushered us in. People like E40 was always available for advice. People like Too Short were always available for advice to me. Even to this day, I still talk to Earl as I move into entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that I was a reflection of the people that looked out for me. So I took it upon myself to make sure when artists would come into town, because I'm from Port Arthur, but I get love around the city. Some people, unfortunately, are from sides of town where they can't maybe go to another side of town. So because I can move around like that, I would always pick the guys up, be like, yo, where you want to go? What side of town? What you want to see? Where you want to eat? You know what I'm saying? So they get a full, well-rounded experience in the city. You know what I'm saying? And then beyond that, if I spot talent, I, one, want to let them know I see the talent. One, make myself available. But then two, most artists call me for things that don't have anything to do with music, right? Like, I'm in this new life. I got the homie. I want to look out for him, but it's just not working, right? I'm on the road a lot. We got a young baby, so my girl can't come with me. Real life situations that people have to deal with, the nuances of what it takes to be able to create this music, perform it, and go out and tour and let people feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to be in the OG's position at all time, because I've been around long enough to see people that call themselves OGs become compromised in an OG situation. I never want to be that person. So I just try to be as solid as I can.
Yeah, man, that's a testament. I mean, that's a testimony, and I can vouch for and verify everything that Bun just said. You talked about people coming to town and moving around and taking them to places to eat. You know what I mean? Now I'm sure it might be a little biased now.
No, it's amazing, man. It's amazing because I've always enjoyed, as I said, hosting people. Right? And telling them where you want to go, what do you want to see. But now I already know when they call me.
Yeah.
I already know what's on their mind.
You know what I'm calling you for.
Yes,
boy.
absolutely.
I love you. You good? You healthy? All right, look, I'm pulling up. You know what I mean?
And if I'm in town, I'm coming. I'm going to host you. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I'm going to show up and make sure you have a good time, you have a good experience, but most importantly, you have a great meal. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy that. I enjoy having my friends come by, people I haven't seen in years. And sometimes if it's the right person, I might sit and eat with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't eat the burgers a lot, but when I do, I want it to be a shared experience with somebody. So when somebody comes and they've never had the burger, I'm going to eat a burger with them that day.
Magnifique, ladies and gentlemen. We was out on that Rock the Bells tour. Big shout to LL. We was in town. Or maybe it was for the Force Listen. It was something. We was in town and we needed a nice burger order, and the Trill OG make sure he took care of us.
Yeah, man, look, it's my pleasure. It really is my pleasure to give people a great dining experience. And why not come to Trill Burgers? Why not have my food?
Word up. And then you got Tenders now too?
Yeah. So the Tenders is a separate company, but no, we're getting ready to start expanding that. They're only available right now at the University of Houston's football games.
Okay.
So, but we want to make that something that's available for everybody much more often than once every 2 weeks during the fall season. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves it. They're enjoying it. And we want to continue to give them something that they enjoy. In the same way that they enjoy the burgers, if they want them tenders, I got to figure out how to get it to them. So we'll probably start with a truck first and then build into a brick and mortar.
Crazy. Well, yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, I was vegan for so long. When I first had my first Trill burger, it was the vegan burger.
Yes.
But I have yet to have a beef burger now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not vegan anymore, but I'm definitely going to try these tenders, you know what I'm saying? If I got to get out to a game or something, I got to make it happen.
Look, we'll work you slowly into the beef,
let's, you know what I mean? We'll take baby steps.
We'll take baby steps. We'll get you there.
We'll get me there. What I want to do right now is I want to take them back, man. I want to give them a memory. One of my favorite joints, Get Throwed.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Let's do that. Let's take them back, and we're gonna talk 20 years of Trill. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Bun B is in the building. Cory Mo is here. You know the vibes. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Your boy Torae is here. Cory Mo is in the building. Bun B is in the building. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me just apologize. We was having so much good talk behind the scenes. I said, wait, this is for the people too, man. But you were talking about Hove getting on Get Throw. How did that come together?
So the record originally came from Jay Prince. Jay Prince was like, look, we got to put Pimp on his album. I was like, I'd love to, but I don't have no verses from Pimp. He's like, well, I got something. He did something for a while back. I got him and Zero on this song. And so they sent me the record. I was like, this is perfect. So I jumped on it. I was like, let's put Jeezy on it. And he was like, cool. And we put Jeezy on it. And it was a fine record at that point.
It was a fine record.
It was perfect. It was ready to go. And then he was like, this record, I think we need to add a little something else. I think we need to put Hove on this record. I said, well, if you can track him down right now, I'm up for it. So he tracked him down. We came out here. Well, we were in the studio. We were playing the track. The track's on repeat in the background. We're sitting there talking, having a full conversation for like 30, 40 minutes. And then he's like, all right, I got it. Let me go in the booth. The whole time, like, we're talking. And when I say a full conversation, it's like we're having a full conversation. He's writing a rhyme in his head the whole time.
During the conversation. That's crazy.
He goes in. He wrote it as a 16, so he says the 16. And I was like, no, it's only a 12. And so he kind of took the other 4 bars off, but he was shooting slugs at somebody on that record. So I was, trying to make sure I had a great record and not, involve myself in something that ain't got shit to do with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Hove as always. Anytime I text Hove, I could text him right now and he'll hit me right back. But that's because I don't be asking for shit.
Yeah. That's why when I hit Bun, he hit me back. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Straight up.
That's so crazy. And it's so funny that you told that part of the story. You've been able to stay out of a lot of the mix of everything going on, even with everything that's been going on.
And I'm
you've
so
been able
close.
Right. You right there.
I'm so close. The Drake and Kendrick, I'm so close.
I mean, those are your guys.
The Pusha T and Drake, like I'm so close. Even Pusha with Travis, I'm right there. I'm on the fringe of it.
Right.
But I've been able to present myself in a way. Benny and Freddie, perfect example,
crazy.
Right? But I've been able to present myself in a way where people know I just rock with everybody. I don't differentiate between who's from where and who rocks with who or whatever. I give everybody a chance, and if they straight with me, we good. So typically when these people beef, they don't drag me into it because they know I rocked with this one
For sure.
in the same way that I rock with that one. Yeah. And they'll tell me if it was anybody else that showed up with fill in the blank, I'd have a problem. They'd be on the scope right now. But I know you rock with everybody. Yeah. So I've been very impartial about this hip hop stuff, and I haven't had to include myself in anybody's beef, and I haven't really had any real rap beef to deal with. So I'm just on the sidelines enjoying the show.
Everybody loves Bun. You know what I mean? We need a TV show.
I'll take that.
We need a show. You know what I mean? They had Raymond. They had Chris. We need Everybody Loves Bun. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I want to talk about longevity, man. What do you attribute yours to?
That's a great question, Torae. It's a couple things. I think the most important thing out of everything, right, and that's just being a capable artist, an enthusiastic and easy to work with collaborator on records. But I feel like above all of those things, you've never seen two versions of me. Whenever people see me, if you see me in 92 and then you see me in 97, you still meeting the same dude. If you see me in 2002 and then you see me in 2024, you still meeting the same dude. I still move with, not only how I've always moved, but typically you're going to see the same people around me. If you've been looking at me, been around me for the last 30 years, you've seen Truck, you've seen Bone, you've seen Red, you've seen Queenie. Like, that's my core base.
You've heard him here on Rock the Bells Radio, too.
You know what I'm saying? So all the people that you've normally seen me with, you will still see me with to this day. The way I dress then is kind of the way I dress. I always got some fly sneakers on. That's been through the
Reggie,
decade.
what's up, Reggie?
You know what I'm saying?
Send a pack, Reggie.
But no, I just try to be consistent for people, not just as an artist and a performer, because that's important. like the promoters and collaborators and venues and the Live Nations and whoever, that are booking people. That's important for them to know what they're getting for their money. But on a personal side, right, when people come to me and talk to me and hang with me and chill with me, I want to be the same person. I don't want them to think I'm a different person. I may be more mature, right? I may think differently because I've grown in life, but for the most part, whatever you've been able to count on with me before, you can count on with me now to this day.
And what we can always count on you for is great music, man.
Look,
Way Mo
this
Trill.
time Cory was backing me up. So, and Cory, out of all the people I've ever collaborated from, particularly from production, Cory's in the top 5, and that's saying a lot because I've been making music for 35 years. I've recorded, over 20 plus songs with guys like Manny Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Over 30 songs with people like Static Selector. But Cory's still in that top tier because at some point, if I'm making music, I'm probably going to have to go to Cory Mo. Because there's not a lot of people that can do certain things from certain times a certain way, except, like I say, the Cory Mo's of the world, the N.O.Joes of the world. Steve Belo doesn't even make music anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a great guy. Shout out to Steve. But so there's not a lot of people I can really reach to get that true Trill UGK Southern sound. And I'm thankful that Cory Mo is always available. And every now and then, like now, we lock up and do a whole album of it. And so we present to everybody Way Mo Trill.
Cory, when you hear those words from someone who is as legendary and as respected as Bun B, how does it make you feel?
Oh, man. That's everything, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just all about putting out good quality music that lasts forever. We don't shoot for radio songs. Pimp used to always tell us, man, keep that shit underground, man. You know what I'm saying? It just gotta feel good, man. As long as it feel good, right, you know what I mean? So it's like I just continuously, purposely, intentionally make feel good music and keep it underground.
No doubt. And with all that said, we're gonna play some shit on the radio, Cory Mo. What you want to hear?
Man,
anything from the project, from your catalog, whatever you want to do. It's your world. It's your show.
I want to play Everywhere We Go, featuring Pimp C, Juicy J, and Project Pat.
From the new album, Way Mo Trill, in stores November 7th. Produced by Cory Mo. And I'm on all of the songs, but I put together a nice group of people to collaborate with me. This song in particular is bananas.
Yeah. Now we about to go crazy with this. Rock the Bells Radio, another Breaking Bells exclusive, because that's what I do. I take care of my people.
Exclusive.